Okay, if we are going to talk about the human health and disease, so first of all, we have to know what is human health. Health is a state of complete physical, mental, and social well being. Yes, we have heard this health word many times, like a healthy figure, like a you should be healthy, or like you should maintain the healthy, you should eat the healthy food. So, kind of all these words indicates the physical health. But basically, health is not only about the physical, it's also about the mental and how you are presenting yourself in the society. So, health is affected as you have health, so you have to be affected by the health also. So, this health can be affected by different factors like genetic disorder, infections, change in lifestyle, like food, water, rest, exercise, habits, and many things. Now, coming to the mind, why we are saying that mental health is also important, because I don't know you have if you have observed in your life or not, if you are in too much tension or in too much depression, you will feel some kind of irritation in your health. You know, I want to share a story of my childhood. When I was preparing for the history exam, I was too much tensed that I was before go to the exam room. Before going to the exam room, I continue to vomit. So that means this tension, that is the mental thing, which affect my health and create the vomiting part. So this is also kind of effective thing. But how this mental thing influence your health? Because mental means your brain. So obviously it is kind of nervous, and then the release of different abnormal hormone, and then it will affect your health. So when the functioning of organ or system of the body is adversely affected, then it is known as disease. Now if we see the different type of disease, there are basically two types, main two types: infectious and non-infectious. Infectious means which can transmit from one person to another, and non-infectious mean it only happen to one individual. It will not going to transmit from one person to another. So first the thing is, whatever the agent will cause the disease, that agent is known as pathogen. Like parasite, they are also pathogen which live as a parasite in the human body and harm it. Now, what is good humor hypothesis, which was proposed by Hippocrates and Indian Ayurveda system? It states that health is a state of body and mind where there is a balance of certain humors. Persons with black bile belong to hot personality and would have fever. That is the thinking of that ancient times. Okay. Then William Harvey disproved this hypothesis. He discovered that blood circulation system, and then he demonstrated normal body temperature in persons with black bile using thermometer. That means in the good humor hypothesis, it was written that if you have black bile disease, you have the fever, so you are known as hot personality. But William Harvey showed that, see, this person has black bile, but this is thermometer, I'm using it, I'm showing you that is no fever, normal. That's why good humor hypothesis become disproved. Now we are going to the different types of disease. First, under the common infectious disease. First, we are going to see the bacterial disease, means the disease which caused by the bacteria. Number one, typhoid. Pathogenes means the agent which causes the uh, typhoid is called Salmonella typhi. Now the modes of transmission, it enters small intestine through food and water and migrates to other organs via blood. Symptoms: sustained high fever like 39 degree to 40 degrees centigrade, headache, weakness, stomach pain, constipation, and loss of appetite, intestinal perforation, and death may occur. Now, come on to the uh, detection of the disease. Vidal test is used for confirmation of the disease. Actually, Mary Mellon, nicknamed Typhoid Mary, was a professional cook. She was a typhoid carrier who continued to spread typhoid. Basically, typhoid was recessive for that lady, but she, with the typhoid disease, cook the food and spread the typhoid several years through the food. Now, second kind of bacterial disease, that is pneumonia. It infects lung alveoli. So the alveoli, that means the last part of the lung, which is a sac-like structure, it becomes filled with the fluid. As a result, oxygen and carbon dioxide cannot exchange, so it creates respiratory problems. Now the pathogen name is Streptococcus pneumoniae and Haemophilus influenza. So inhaling the droplets or aerosols released by the infected person, like sneezing, coughing, like this way, sharing glasses and utensils with an infected person also cause the pneumonia. So now what is the symptoms? respiratory problem, fever, chill, cough, headache. In severe cases, lips and finger nails turn gray to bluish color. Now we are going to talk about the viral diseases like common cold. It infects nose and respiratory passage but not lungs. It lasts for 3 to 7 days. Now, the pathogen caused by it is rhinoviruses, mode of transmission inhaling droplets resulting from cough or sneezes through contaminated objects like pens, books, cups, doorknobs, computer accessories, etc. Nasal congestion and discharge, fever, headache, sore throat, cough, hoarseness, threadness, etc. Now we are going to talk about the protozoan disease, malaria, pathogen, Plasmodium species. There are three type of Plasmodium. One is vivax, second is malaria, third is falciparum. Now, falciparum causes most serious malaria, which is known as malignant malaria. So, what is the mode of transmission? By biting of the female Anopheles mosquito. Now, hemozoin, that toxin released by the Plasmodium, causes chill and high fever, which recurring every 3 to 4 days. Now, if we going to see the life cycle of Plasmodium, we can start mature infective stage known as sporozoid, which escape from the intestine and migrate to the mosquito salivary gland. This is happening in the mosquito, in the Anopheles mosquito. When the sporozoid goes to the salivary gland of the female mosquito, then mosquito bites another healthy human. Then sporozoid entered into the healthy man. Now parasite reach the liver through blood. Then a sexual reproduction will happen in the liver cell. Bursting cell release into the blood. So a sexual reproduction in RBC, then the RBC will burst and then release hemazoin. Then again cycle of fever and other symptoms will happen. Now they will create gametocyte in the RBC. Female mosquito sucks blood with the gametocyte. That is the another stage. If it is not, then gametocyte will fertilize and develop into the mosquito gut. Oh, okay, fine. Then gametocyte will be sucked by the mosquito. Then the gametocyte will go to the gut of the mosquito and then it will mature into the sporozoid and then it will come to the mosquito salivary gland. Second kind of protozoan disease is amoeboisis or amoeboid dysentery. Pathogen is Entamoeba histolyticum. Mode of transmission is housefly, that is mechanical carrier. Transmit parasite from feces to food and water. Symptoms constipation, abdominal pain, and cramps, stools with excess mucus and blood dots. Helminth disease. that is Ascaris. Pathogen is Ascaris, intestinal parasite. Mode of transmission is soil, water, vegetable, fruit, etc., contaminated with feces containing eggs or parasite. Symptoms: internal bleeding, muscular pain, fever, anemia, and blockage of intestinal passage. The third kind of helminth disease are no, the second, filariasis, also named as elephantiasis. The pathogen is Wucheria bancrofti. It is because of the bite of the female Culex mosquito. Filarial worm live in the lymphatic vessels, usually of the lower limb. It causes chronic inflammation of the organ in which they live for many years. Limbs and genital organs may be deformed. Second one, next part is fungal diseases. The ringworms pathogen is Microsporum trichophyton, Epidermophyton. They are seen in groin, between the toes, etc. Pathogen Microsporum trichophyton, Epidermophyton. They are seen in groin. So mode of transmission from soil by using towels, clothes, comb, etc. Heat and moisture help fungi to grow. Now the symptoms are dry, scaly lesions on skin, nails and scalps, etc. Intense itching. Now we have to see kind of personal, we have to know the prevention and control of diseases. So what are the personal hygiene? Keep the body clean, use clean drinking water, food, etc. Public hygiene means proper disposal of waste and excreta, periodic cleaning and disinfection of water, reservoir, pool, cesspools, tanks. Avoid contact with infected person to their belongings. To control airborne diseases, standard practices of hygiene in public catering, control and eliminate vectors, example mosquitoes. So how we can control an elimination of the vector like mosquitoes? Avoid stagnation of water, regular cleaning of the household cooler, use of mosquitoes net. Introduce larvivorous fishes like gambusa in pond. Spraying insecticide in ditches, drainage and swamps. Provide doors and windows with the wire mace. Now, vaccine and immunization help to control diseases like smallpox, polio, diphtheria, pneumonia, and tetanus. Drugs like antibiotics also help to treat the infectious disease. So, this is the part one of the health and diseases. In the next video, I am going to describe the